Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be hydro dipping a boat buoy similar to this one right here I did a while back in these water droplet films. First, make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you can come back and see what I get into next. I hydro dip stuff all the time and post up videos for you to check out. Now, believe it or not, that buoy that you just saw used to look as bad as this buoy right here. Just disgusting, filthy, and has sat around for a long time. We cleaned it up, put some graphics on it, and now it looks super cool. So today, we're gonna clean this buoy up and see if we can make it look super cool as well. So let's get to it. First thing we gotta do is get all the dirt off this thing. So we gotta get this buoy cleaned up. As you can tell, it's filthy. Sat around for quite a while in an old boat, and we gotta get all this dirt off before we can dip the graphics on it. I could probably just paint right over that and dip on it, but let's get it cleaned up and do it right. And I'm actually not even gonna paint this. I'm gonna get it cleaned up and then I'm just gonna dip it. Anyway, so we're gonna get some cleaner on this. Now the first cleaner I'm going with today is this random disinfectant cleaner I found at the grocery store, and I've used it cleaning boats before. It works super well for whatever reason. So I'm gonna spray it on, gonna let it sit a few minutes, and gonna see what happens. Now I'm going to let this sit for a couple minutes, maybe 5, and come back and see if anything's happened. You keep an eye on it for me. It's been like a couple minutes, and I'm not going to make y'all wait through all that. So what I'm going to do is take a little Scotch-Brite pad, red one, and we're just gonna see if we can get some of that dirt off. You can tell that stuff does its job. I don't know what it is about it. It's a really inexpensive product, but it gets dirt off. You can see all that stuff coming right off of there. I'm gonna scrub this thing down. I'm gonna rinse it off with the hose, and we're gonna be ready to dip this thing. So after I get it all cleaned up, we'll just have to cut the piece of film out the right size we need, get it onto the water, let it do its thing for a couple minutes on the water, and then we can put some graphics onto this. Wow, that stuff works amazing. Check it out so far. And that's only after a couple minutes. And I know this sunlight is really up on us, but that thing's coming clean. We'll get it all the way clean, and then we'll get into some hydro dipping. So like I was saying, that cleaner, amazing. Look at that buoy. That beater is clean for what it was looking like. That dirt was caked on there. It was old. That's not something I just rubbed on the ground and got on there. It's been on there a hot minute. And if you know, you know. And if you want to know what the cleaner was one more time, there it is for you. They don't sponsor me. I don't even know who the hell makes it, but there it is. Bought it at the grocery store. It was like $3. It's amazing. And like I said, I detail as well, and I use that product, especially on like boat floors and boat cubbies and stuff. It's amazing. Look at that buoy. Anyway, let's get into cutting some film out. This is my dip tank, and it's currently running. So from this point of the video, we'll be doing a little bit of voiceover action. So bear with us as the audio might change. We got to get our film cut out to size, so we're going to get the roll out of the bag and get it rolled out, laid out, take a razor to it, and then we can move it over onto the dip tank. Going with some battle-worn American flag graphics today for the buoy. Why? Because I have some laying around the shop. I need to get rid of it. I'm tired of this film. I don't really like using it. It's a great film, but just not for me. It doesn't like me. It always gives me an issue. And most likely it's me, but either way, I don't like it. So I'm trying to use it up and get rid of it and get it out of my damn shop. Anyway, so I've cut my film out to size. I was gonna tape off the top border here, but I decided I'm not gonna tape off the top border. I do have a piece along the bottom side there from the last time I used this roll, but I'm not going to tape off any more of the edges. I'm just going to try to border it in once I get it down onto the water. Now I'm putting my clips on here. You can make these clips yourself. Just get a couple pieces of metal that have a 90, get some bread bag clips and glue it all together, and there you go. You got you some film transfer clips. Just doing a little sticky finger test to make sure I put the right side of the film down onto the water, because I don't want to put it on there upside down and be out this piece of film. Even though I don't like it, I don't want to waste it per se. So getting back into it, we've got our film ready. We can transfer it onto the dip tank. All right, so our next step is going to be to transfer the film down into the water. Now remember, our goal is to keep all the water under the film, no water on top of the film, and we also want to try to avoid any air bubbles under the film. Now once we get our film on top of our water, we're going to let it sit for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Our water temperature is about 89, 90 degrees. Let's get our film, bring it over, and get it down into the water. I'm going to try to set this in nice and easy. Try not to make any air bubbles, and try to keep all that water under the film. Now, got a pinch of water on the film up here, not a big deal. Got an air bubble right here. I'm going to be able to get that out, and I'm going to let the film sit and do its thing. What's happening right now is the plastic that the paint, the graphics are sitting on, the plastic's dissolving with that water contact. Once it sits for a few, I come in with that activator, hit it, it's dissolved the rest of the way, and we just have paint floating on top of the water, and we're going to roll our buoy across it and get our graphics to bond. Hopefully. Now I've got our film blocked in from each end. I've got it taped on one side. I didn't tape off all the edges like I normally do, because I'm gonna try to stop doing that as much. It's really just in the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay some tape across the water, and it's gonna sit there and hopefully act as a little bit of a blockade, so when I activate my film, it doesn't spread out and run too far away. So I'm gonna get a piece of tape down while the film is still sitting here doing its thing. So basically the tape's there, it's holding my film down against the base, which is blocked in by the edge, or a metal piece that's sitting right here that you probably can't see with that sunlight. So we're almost at time. We can activate the film, and we're gonna roll our buoy. I've got a couple little air bubbles, like I got one in a star right here. Really, that's all I see, so I think it's gonna go well. Like I said, the last buoy I didn't paint, so I feel like this particular material, which is rubber, don't need to paint it. So we're just gonna activate the film, and we're gonna roll our buoy, cross our fingers, and hope everything comes out lovely. Let's get into it. What I just sprayed was an activator, and basically what that's doing is releasing the graphics from the plastic that it was sitting on the rest of the way, and now I can roll my buoy on through. All I got to do is find me a nice little spot to go with, and I'm going to roll the buoy across the top of the films, hoping to bond all the graphics onto the buoy. Here we go. Damn it, man. Forgot that thing was so buoyant. So what happened was I lost control of the buoy because it kind of just floated and bounced across the water, and I missed those graphics right there. I'm cracking up inside. It was actually hilarious, and I was gonna let it go because whatever, but I got another piece of film out. I decided, let me try to fix this while it's still gooey, which ended up, you know, not working out so well at the end of the day. But here we go. I'm dipping it again, and this is what we're looking like. I got that spot covered. I got to take this thing outside and rinse it off and see what we're looking like, and then we'll know the real deal. All right, now that that whole debacle is over, let me show you how the piece turned out. Did you see it? Yeah, that's right. Turned out like trash. I went ahead and I put it in the trash can. It was that bad. I rinsed it off. The part that I redid basically came all off again, and even some of the stuff that I originally did kind of rinsed off, and I was like, whatever. This was a fail as far as I'm concerned. Why? Most likely operator error, and it happens. I'm just like a hobbyist at this anyway, so it's whatever. But yeah, in the trash it went. Here's what we're looking like all the way around. Oh my Lord, look at that. Just, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to drop me a comment, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come back and see if I can hydro dip something, or maybe